Hello, everyone. Welcome to an episode of Help Me, Ronda. First, before we jump in, let me give a little bit of a background as to why I'm doing these videos and why maybe you will want to listen. So, my name is Ronda Wade, and I've been a Stampin' Up demonstrator for almost 24 years. And the last 16 of those years, I have ran a very powerful, effective, and successful training program for demonstrators to help them build their businesses as well. There is big group trainings that we do, specific training, but every single week, 52 weeks a year, I offer training for our Creating Success training program. Now, my downline participates, and then outside demonstrators can also join that program. So after 16 years, it is still as strong as ever, growing as ever, and we still have as much need as ever. So one of the things I wanted to do this new year was to redevelop this series of videos. I used to do these probably 10 or 12 years ago, and I still do them, but I do them within my training program, and I wanted to be able to do it for all demonstrators everywhere. Why, you ask? I have an incredible passion for Stampin' Up. It is obviously my career choice. It's my life. It is my future. It's my career. And I want to help see it be as strong and successful as possible. That's number one. And number two, I have such a passion for direct sales in general, and women working together powerfully and supporting each other. I love seeing the camaraderie, what happens when very successful, loving, kind, smart women come together and what can happen with that. So I started this training program out of the need from outside demonstrators who really wanted to tap into the success that I was finding within my own business and also within my team. And so, but I do have an incredible team, and I pour all of my resources into them, my heart and my soul. And so I did find a way and created this business where outside demonstrators can also partake in the training and support that I offer my team. So, but something new I want to start doing and bringing back is the fact that this is available and I'm here to help. Stampin' Up is going through many transitions right now and changes and have for the last several years. And I want to continue to be a positive reinforcement support system within this company. And so these will be done weekly here on my Creating Success with Ronda Wade page. So this is where I house my crafting business, but also where I help and will talk to demonstrators in general. And so if you have any questions, you can post them. There's a link here. And every week I will come and just do a Help Me Ronda episode. They're going to be short. Obviously, within our training program, our trainings are much more in depth. They're every week. We have lots of times PowerPoint presentations, handbooks, guest speakers, all of that. But so our Help Me Ronda episodes will be where I can take one concept, one question, and help answer it the best that I can. I do come to you from a place of experience, not only in my own business, which is where I will pull from, but also from 16 to 24 years of working with other demonstrators who are just beginning, who are transitioning, and who want growth, and to see what has worked for them, what we can learn from this, and how we can continue to use all of that beautiful knowledge to help all of us grow. So this this is all about supporting every demonstrator out there. If you are just beginning, if you've been around for 20 years, if you are going through these transitions and feeling overwhelmed or feeling frustrated, join the group. We all are, but what we can choose to do about it is to find positive, constructive, tried and true things that can help us get through it and also to succeed. Personally, again, my personal business has grown. I have over 700 team members. Every single year that team has grown, and not only just in numbers, but in sales. And all through the last 24 years. And I am dedicated and excited about our future and continuing to see that growth, to embrace a lot of the changes that were coming and to make the absolute best of them. So let's jump in. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a hindsight as to, this is episode 1. A year from now, I'll be doing episode 53 because we'll be doing them and they'll be recorded. They'll be on YouTube and we'll also share them here on this page as well. At any time, you can click on the link in the description where you might also have a question that you want to ask. Now, it may be weeks before I get to it. Like this time we started off with 12 questions and a lot of them were similar. So I could kind of group them together. And I already have weeks worth of content. But please ask the questions. And again, they might be ones I already have, or they might be a new one that we'll add to the list to be able to answer. All right, so our first question came through in several different ways with kind of several different questions. So I will read for you a couple of them. This one said, I struggle with getting customers to buy product. I've even done product-based classes and they leave the product with me. Things like Wink of Stella, she is struggling on getting her customers to buy product. One of the very first questions we had was, I'm struggling to get sales from workshops. So the big thought behind that is you're doing events, you're doing classes, you're doing workshops, you are doing, here was classes, or even just getting customers to buy product in general. So I'm going to give you 2, maybe 3 of my very best tips. There isn't one magic sauce. There's one very key factor that I will start with. And then there's lots and lots of little things that you can do to help to be able to give the desire to buy the product. So number 1 is the pricing of your event, of your workshop, your class, your stamp camp, whatever it is that you're doing. The pricing is one of the number 1 ways for you to be able to get sales and to be able to encourage sales. I've been running these classes this way for myself for 24 years, still do, and it still generates a lot of sales. And it's what I teach my team, and it's what I teach and have been teaching for 24 years. So this is a very tried and true pricing structure, and it is free with a purchase. So it's for a simple card class. So if I'm running my card class, they're going to make 4 cards or 5 cards depending on your complexity. But these should not be complex cards. They should be quick, simple, adorable, fun cards to make that require obviously cardstock and a little bit of embellishments. These cards are free with a purchase. In order to come, you have to purchase. I always tell my customers, let Stampin' Up pay me and not you. Like, you can pay me through Stampin' Up. Why don't you get product and for your money, and then I will let Stampin' Up pay me and my instant income and my volume rebate. And then also, that is it. Just when they start shopping and start buying and start collecting, then those orders start to grow. So as an example, my classes are $25 or free with a minimum of a $30 order. So they just start at $30. Yes, some people just put in 32 or 33. That's great. I love them. They order every time. They come every time. But I have people who spend 70, 80, 150. So it all balances out in the long run. So that's how I get most of my sales from my workshops. Now I do online workshops too, and my threshold is higher because I do have to pay for the shipping. So because I do ship out those card kits, again, free with a purchase. The order has to be at least $50, an online order, and then I will ship them the cards for free. So you can run these workshops or these classes both in person, and you can also run them online. And you could do both. You could be a hybrid and give yourself both of those models. So that is the number 1 way to help your sales. The second one is to do product-based classes that include consumable product. So I think a lot of you think of product, you're thinking of stamp sets, bundles, ink pads. And I love those things too. Those are awesome product. But what I include in classes and recommend are consumable items, note cards, designer series paper, ribbons, dots. A class that I'll do will include the low profile dots and we'll use half of them, right? But then they get the other half to keep. They will use ribbon, and I can use ribbon on every card. I can, they get to have all of the ribbon, the whole ribbon. So when I'm doing an average class, it might be, I have one right now, it's $40, and they're going to get about $22, $25 worth of product. But it is paper, a ribbon, and embellishments. That is what I typically include. They're going to use it up. So it's not just gathering dust. They can, of course, I do feature one of our brand new awesome bundles or stamp sets, and they can purchase that if they want to, but they don't have to. They can use something they have in their stash. But usually once they play with some of the new product, then they really do want it, and they will add it on. Not everybody, but everybody will get the paper, the ribbon, and the embellishments. So that is another way that I always get sales from my classes. The two formats, it's either free with a purchase or it includes the product. It is important. Your guys' questions were very important. We do, for the health of your business and the health of this company, we need to sell product. We need to be able to sell that in order to keep our businesses with sales coming in. You'll hit higher thresholds. You'll make more money the more that you sell because you'll hit higher volume rebate brackets. And more importantly, you will be building a culture, building a community of stampers who want to use the product. They don't have to. My customers don't have to spend. They want to spend. So when I am using a featured bundle, I will tell them why I love it. I just used our new beautiful butterflies, right? Guys, every year we have a butterfly set, right? So this is not anything new. But this one is new. It has a hybrid folder. It has that really, really big butterfly that you can make this adorable, beautiful butterfly card out of, right? Like it has a hybrid folder that goes along with it. So I can show why would you want this butterfly bundle, even though you may already have all the last 10 that we've carried over the years. This is the reason why. Human nature to want the latest and the greatest. It is, okay, have you ever bought a pair of jeans after you had bell bottoms, right? Like they may still fit, but you're not wearing them because trends change and you always want the latest and the greatest, even though it's just slightly different. So, and that was actually a concern, a couple of the other questions where I just feel like everything is the same. It's not the same. It's totally not the same. So if you feel that way, then your customers are going to feel that way. So I can show them all the new versatility. So those are my two main, my one main tip is your pricing. The second one is to actually show and use the product. Like once they get it in their hands, they're going to want it, right? So doing, if it's a weekly video you do to show it or at your classes that you show it. Number two, these are like just fun ways for you to be able to get sales from your events. Bribe them. Listen, I'm not above bribery. I've bribed my kids for years and I'll bribe my customers. Like when I want what I want, I will dangle a carrot, right? And so eventually once you dangle the carrot enough, people will know what you want. I set the expectations. At a live event, they walk in the door and they have their kit, right, of supplies and an order form. Right from the very beginning, I'm expecting you to order. Here's your order form. I know you're saying, well, we can't order them. No, but you can print them off the printer, right? So I printed off the printer so we have their order form. I have a sign, a big chalkboard sign that says your class is free with a minimum purchase tonight. They can read it. People need to read, they need to hear, and they need to see, they need to feel that this is the expectations from this class. So right away, I plant those seeds. During the event, I will be saying, okay, so tonight when you are ready to check out, remember, yes, you can pay $25, but hello, you can get all of it for free when you spend over $30. And I'm sure you need more adhesive. I'm sure you need more envelopes. I'm sure that you need, one of those newest awesome stamp sets that we have, right? So give some suggestions on what they can order. That's tip number 3. And then I'm going to be done because I wanted to stick to at least 15 minutes. Tip number 3 is to use what I call recipe cards. So when I create a project, I will just jot down a quick recipe that I use to make it. Not the measurements, not a tutorial. I'll give the item code, what it is, and how much it costs. When I do my online events, I will email that out it's a recipe card so they know what to order. I always give a supply list of what I used to make it easy for them to order. Same thing at your in-person events. Just take 5 minutes, create a quick recipe card. This is what you need to be able to recreate this project. So when you're making it easy to order, people will order as well. And when you set the expectations, that's the whole thing. And when someone new comes in and everybody else is ordering, they're going to order, right? Like it is all about being in this community, you behave how the community behaves. When you're like in my team community, right? That is the community of sharing, positivity, holding classes, holding events, that's when you come into that, that's where you mold. And you want your customers to have that community feel as well. So it's never too late to change that. Check your pricing, have it in print, give everybody an order form when they walk in the door. Tell them often to let Stampin' Up, pay you and not them. And then help give them reasons to order. Help give them make it easy for them to order. Because people will typically order what you are using. So another one quick thing that you'll see is everything I talked about was an event. Events evoke sales. Just posting pictures, just having open houses, nope. This isn't just touch, come, see, and feel. This isn't just come let me entertain you. No, this is a class, and classes are paid for. Classes are something you invest in to learn. And I am going to invest in you to teach you, and you can invest by learning and then buying and making. So these are our events, classes, workshops. These are all things that will evoke orders. And not just posting pictures or doing a video and hoping people order. So when I do my videos, they're classes. When I do events, they're classes. They're stamp camps. They are things where there is a charge and a cost. And that cost will either include product or it'll be free if they purchase product. So there you go. Those are some of my very best tips. There's tons more little things that you can do. You can have other bribery things. You can do like purchase tonight and get a free card off my card rack. There's lots of little things too. But those are the main big things to have in place. All right, thanks for stopping by. Again, if you have questions that you would love to have answered, use the link, obviously, to ask those questions. If you have any questions about our Creating Success program, that link will be there too, where you can count on weekly support, a community of people that are all focused on supporting each other and growing. All right, thanks for being here.